Hi, I'm back. I'm going to record some more today. I have a couple of big issues to finish up on Borrow My Topics. Oh yes, they're the accept decline mechanism and the page of requested topics. It's basically the last two big things to do before we launch. And then there's some design stuff. So I'm going to be working on these two things today, maybe even the design stuff as well. In fact, maybe I'll start with that. But that means that it's going to be maybe two videos that I'll record. So I'll record some now, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll record some again later. As with the previous video, this is very unedited, and there might be kids making noise, and I've got the window open for fresh air, so you may hear cars going by or people shouting outside, as you do, and that's okay. That's okay. I also want to set my alarm before I forget, just that I limit the time that this records for, because I don't want to record for 3 hours and then have the next video just be some, I don't know, crazy short time. So 2 hours, I'll set this thing for, and it'll make a noise then, and I'll know to take a break. Let me show you what this looks like now, because I've been doing some work on this. So Artisan Serve, because this is a Laravel application, and I'll go back in here, borrow my topic. I'll go back in here because then I can do commits and stuff from here. And this is what the site looks like now. So you saw the homepage last time. I haven't really dealt with that nav at a really low screen. This is slightly different because the profile pages have made that be slightly different. So I'm already logged in. This is what the nav looks like when you're off of the landing page, and I've got to make sure that this sticks to the bottom. I'll try and figure out how to do that. And this is what the profile page looks like. Now, aside from the focus on helping meetups and conferences get speakers and topics for their events, and publishers as well, I also want to make this as kind of a speaking portfolio for the people who put their topics on the site. And this is the outworking of that. So there's still the normal nav up here. I'm not entirely happy with the styling of these links, but this nav is controlled entirely with CSS. And it's only got this profile style on the profile page. And for the rest, it is just a really clean extract of all of the topics that this creator has submitted, as well as the meetups, or not the meetups specifically, but the presentations of them. So it can be meetups or article links or whatever, and the date that those things happened. And this is just meant to be a really clean, clear way for creators to list their topics and to use it as kind of like a resume for events. So maybe an organizer will come to them and say, would you like to speak at our event? What talks can you do? And then the creator can give this link, and it's just really clean and tidy. And later I also want to have a way to download this in the form of a PDF and maybe get rid of a couple of these links from that, or just the report link. I don't know. So it's very minimal and very orderly. I may also change how this text gets rendered. I might include the full abstract or the abstract up until the first blank line or something like that, just so that it's a little bit easier for people to control what the appearance of this thing is. Maybe I will even give them the option to show the full abstract for all the talks and maybe the additional information. I don't know yet. But I think this is looking really nice. I like it very much. One thing that's an issue is that when I took all the Bootstrap styles away, I didn't add anything back. I put Tailwind in, and so when I worked on the header, they all got that, and they all kind of got the container from when I worked on the layouts, and they all kind of got the footer. But these tables, or what essentially are tables, are not styled at all. Neither are the create and edit forms, and it looks horrible. Added to which, this footer style is a little weird. I'd like it to be sitting at the bottom, but I really don't know what the best way to do that is with Tailwind. So for now, I'm just going to ignore that this footer sits up here. For now, I'm going to focus on, maybe I'll focus on the list views, just as a nice way of easing myself into this. I'll focus on the list views, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll make a new branch, check out. Oh, also I'm using a new machine now, so my terminal theme is different, my code editor theme is different. It's just like a fresh install machine, and I might need to reinstall some modules and things as we go through this. But for now, it should be okay. So feature, style, list views. Okay. So that's what we want to do first, is just give these things a nice style. And there are a few of these. So there's the topics one, there's the links one, which, I mean, there aren't any links here, but you'll see coming up. The presentations one, and presentations have their own links. So for instance, if we go to zombies and binary, we have some presentation stuff here. And if we go into links there, we have some links here. And this is all, these lists are all very ugly. So I want to make a start at improving them. Because we're using Tailwind, we actually don't need to write any custom CSS at this point, I don't think. We can just go straight into the index and start styling this stuff nicely. Now, at the moment, it's an unordered list. So if I go to topics, this is an unordered list. Oh, it's actually an ordered list. Yeah, an ordered list. And I want to try and make this look a bit better. So I have the topics heading here, and actually in the layout, not the layout, the includes navigation page. So this is this top navigation that displays on every page. I have used the link directives in here, and there's some kind of logic to control whether it's the user profile. And again, I could actually have a third navigation set here, third navigation include here, which would make this code a lot simpler. And maybe I'll do that, but for now, I just want to get the heading, I just want to see what the style is over here. So this is this borrow my topic thing, is this first link here. Maybe what I want to do is go to the landing page and get that heading. I kind of like the styling of this heading. So if we add that, okay, but what we don't want is text center, and we want font normal for normal font weight. I don't really know about that. Also, what we didn't do was sort out what this stuff looks like. We didn't really do that. But maybe we can. Maybe we can with CSS. Let's actually, before we get too deep in this, let's try and sort that out, because I think that's going to bug me while I try and style what these lists look like. I think this is going to bug me. And it gives me an opportunity to try some new Tailwind stuff. So Tailwind has these hover, let me go to profile. This stuff that's happening here is because Tailwind has hover variants. Hover, nav focus. They also have active. And they have group hover as well. I wonder, I wonder if we should have this active thing. I wonder if we should have this active thing. I want to try and maybe make a way to have the links appear when like some menu item is clicked on. It's almost as if we would have something like this, where we have div, we have a container div, or a container link even, and all of these links go within that. And here we have overflow hidden, and then active overflow visible. I'm not sure if these are the correct things as well. Overflow hidden visible. Okay. That's cool. And then we can set a height on this. So h maybe 2, just for example. And also let's go to a page that has my navigation's hidden. Yeah, that didn't really work. Overflow hidden height 6. I just want to display some of this content, or maybe no, that didn't work. I just want to display some of this content. My idea is that I want to show like a menu icon or text or something and have the rest of this content collapsed. And then when this is clicked on with active, which makes me think this should actually be an A. I don't know how it's going to deal with A's within A's, to be honest. It might actually not like that. Yeah. So I wouldn't like that. No. I don't really know if there's a way to get around doing this without JavaScript, which is an issue. I don't really like the idea of doing it with JavaScript. Having said that, it does need to happen. That does need to collapse to a smaller menu. So let's do it with JavaScript then. Let's see. Drop-down menu. No. Change this to a button. We'll change this to a button and we'll put these things within another element div. Drop-down menu button. Drop-down menu. Okay. So now there should be two separate things and there should be a button that is clickable. Now we also have some includes that include JavaScript. So I'm going to copy that stuff and stick it in here. And the reason I do it like this is that I want to push scripts. I want to write the scripts here and then push them into the normal script stack. I also don't want to use class for this right now. I'd prefer to use something like drop down menu button as a data attribute. In fact, maybe up here would be better, look a little bit neater. And that way I can target them. It's not specifically about CSS selector. I could say button, and this is drop down menu button. This will just be menu. And then the rest of these things can change. But I'll say this and this. Not that I have to do them both, but anyway. Button, add event listener. I also don't have VS Code configured exactly the way as I had before, so that is an issue. And I can't really use ES6 stuff in here until I have got this in the build chain. So I'll do it like this. I'll have a temporary variable to say whether it's open or not. And then if open, menu add menu class list. I haven't really used the class list API, but it's a little bit cleaner than having than messing with a string of class attribute. Class list add, class list remove, and it is capital L. If the class exists, then remove and return false. If not, add and return true. So toggle. In fact, we don't need that variable anymore because we are toggling just based on the presence of the class. So class list toggle open. We can get rid of that temporary variable. I also kind of, if the button's there, then the menu is going to be there. That's just how I'm going to code this. So we can do it like this. Toggle hidden. And by default, we can give this a class of hidden. And so that does, okay, but the style of it, look, the style of it can be different here. I'll take these out of the menu. I'll just put them down here. And they can be displayed underneath. Unfortunately, I'm also setting a height and an overflow hidden on this, which is a bit silly. There we go. And I should also probably put this in the container div as well, so that it is centered appropriately. So I'll do it like that, and then it should pop it in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now by default, I want to have this stuff displayed. So I'll take this out here, and I will put these things in here. Div class. I'm going to duplicate this a little bit, which means I should probably put navigation page links blade PHP. Should actually probably put these links in here. Okay, and then include them in here. So this will be includes page links. How am I, let me go to my layouts quickly because I just want to refresh my memory about how I'm including these. I'm using single quotes. Okay. I want to be consistent with this style, and I don't actually have a formatter on here yet. So what I'll say is for XS, this must be hidden. And for SM, this must be hidden. And for, and the rest, it doesn't actually matter. And then in here, I will say, I'll maybe toggle both these classes. So XS hidden and SM hidden. And MD hidden. So this main set of menu stuff, menu things, wow. Also, I'll explain my thinking now. I'll explain my thinking now. Display hidden inline block, I get, or inline flex, I'm guessing. Inline flex. Okay. So I want this menu to display on extra small and small. And on medium, I want it to be hidden. So medium and up, this is hidden. I also want these menu items to be displayed inline, except on extra small and small, because that's when these things kick in. On this, by default, I want extra small and small to be hidden, and medium and up to be hidden as well. But if the menu button's clicked, I want these two classes to be toggled. So, issue includes navigation, that's right. Navigation. I also want to take this stuff down here because I don't need to be copying this stuff anymore. Okay. So that's the external one, and then going up here, this isn't actually visible anymore. Oh. So that's okay. Maybe we do that. And maybe we also load in Font Awesome. Because I think this logout button we can have as just a logout icon. And we can maybe start introducing icons more, like having an ellipsis here instead of that, and I don't know. Logout specifically, I think we can have as an icon. So let's, how are we going to include those? Tailwind has an SVG section. And so this is just inline SVGs, I'm guessing. If we go raw SVG, we should be able to just pull in something like logout. Man, I'm just going to download this because there'll be a viewer in there, right? Of course, it's a lot of code and stuff, so there is that. I'll probably end up just doing an inline SVG for now, because I don't think we have that many uses for it. I also think maybe we should replace these things, these links, with dashboard if they are authed on landing. So let me do that quickly. Landing navigation, guest, else, and guest. It's really useful custom ifs, custom conditionals. Do this, and this route can be home, and it doesn't need the margin. Oh, it does actually need the margin because it's going to be next to the create. No, and also the text is wrong. Oh. Dashboard. Okay. So now you can click straight through to dashboard. It doesn't need to do the implicit redirect there. Also, Font Awesome's done downloading. And this should have a viewer in here somewhere. So that's the web fonts version, which I don't actually want. Because those, I just want a very specific, like one icon is what I want. Are these going to display? No. You know what I want is actually Mac OS Finder SVG icon preview, an SVG icon. I don't want preview though. I want what is this? Yeah, but I don't want a special viewer. Here we go. I'm going down like an entire rabbit hole. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to deal with that right now. Is there a viewer? Man, that totally sucks. Fontawesome.com. Sorry, I'm kind of like getting distracted by icons, but anyway. Log out. There you go. Sign out. Okay. So if we go to raw SVG, regular, sign out. That's okay. I don't mind that so much. Okay. This will be on the page. And we probably just want to replace this. Which we can do because it's just going to interpolate this string value into our label. So we can do that by default. It broke though. It broke something. Oh, the view box, eh? Wonder if there's any direction as to how to make these things a little bit smaller. So inline SVG. Oh, I can set a width and a height on this. There we go. Okay, I also want to add some CSS here to say full brand light. Oh, I'm going to have to enable something, aren't I? Full current. We'll take the current color. There we go. Okay, that's interesting. I can close those now. I'll keep Font Awesome open in case I want to put something more in there. I'll take something more from there. Oh, that's great. That's super great. Okay. So I have that. Actually, you know what the menu icon can be as well? Menu, bars. So I can take that and I can replace this menu icon with that. And I will also make it, you know what, I'm going to make this a link instead of a button. Because then I can get the current color stuff for free. And so let me think about this quickly. I need to do e prevent default so that this doesn't go to that link. Let me just try that for a second. So when we go to menu, oh yes, we need to set a width and height on this. There we go. There we go. So it doesn't change the URL. It's not aligning it nicely though. I'm not too fond of that. Also, this width needs to be smaller than the height. So that over 512 times 16, 14 is the width that it should be. But the alignment's wrong. Doesn't the alignment look wrong to you? The alignment looks wrong to me. It may be because I am doing some things like flex end. If I do flex center on that, no. do something like align self. What is the, you know what? I should actually use the DevTools. Not in here, but in here. I should use the DevTools to resize this because it's going to be pretty annoying dragging the browser size bigger and smaller. What was I going to look up now? Align self. Vertical alignment. I don't think vertical alignment's going to do this though. I don't think it's going to do this. However, if it does work, I prefer to work with baseline. So I prefer that to be baseline. I'd prefer that to be baseline. No, they're not going to make that much of a difference. Align middle. Did I just copy? Yeah, that's right. Align middle, align middle, align middle. And yet it's not aligning middle. But again, it might just be because of the fact that these are flex inline instead of, see, flex inline, flex inline. I don't think align middle is actually going to cut it. Not that selection, this selection. I don't think align middle is actually going to cut it. I think I'm going to have to try and figure out how to do this with flexbox alignment. So justify start items center. See, this is minus margin bottom one. I mean, I think it's really weird how that affects the alignment of the other things. And on here, on large, these things are aligned very well. Like the links are all aligned together and it's at a good sort of position in comparison to the logo text. But the moment it goes further down, when that happens, let me try and do I think the creator topic thing can also be an icon. I think that can also be an icon, and I think plus square is a nice one for that. Plus square, but not that one. What is this one? Plus dash square. That's where I am. Style solid, right. That. Solid plus square. There you go. So if we take this and we put this in that icon instead, what is that link? Oh yes, that's this one over here. So instead of the text create a topic, we have that. And this is a 1614 again. So this will be width 14, height 16. If we do that, then that's a little bit neater, even up to the large size. If we go home, maybe we should put it there as, oh. I kind of like how expressive that is there. I worry that if we replace this with an icon, it's going to look like I don't know, okay, I don't know. Let's just do it like here. Oh, someone's using the water. Let's see, full current. I want that class for the other side as well. Once you go there, okay, I think that's okay. Like it's pretty subtle, I think. But now this looks quite okay up to 320, which is the only horizontal size I care about. We go up, dashboard. This looks okay. Medium, large, and extra large looks okay. There's no more wrapping with that stuff, which is cool. So now I just have to deal with the menu. So let's go back to the page navigation and close the others again. This is the menu button. Here I can do class full current, which means that this will be no. What? Text brand light. Okay. So medium and up, that menu is hidden. Small, that expands down. Extra small, that expands down. That's really cool. But the alignment is bugging me. The alignment is really bugging me. Maybe what we need to do here is we have those things for large and up. We have those things for large and up, and the moment we get to small, we change what this is doing. So XS, item center, SM, item center, and then MD, items end. And this is a universal style, so we'll stick it up here. Okay. Now the question is, you see this line height, I'm really not happy about this line height. That's an issue because the font, this is how big the text is with this font. And if we disable the font family, we'll see it is align center. It's that the font family is the one that is doing this to us. Maybe we can set the line height to accommodate this font's weird I don't know, the weird spacing above the top of this font. I already have a utilities or plugin to be able to add new utilities. So I'm just going to say custom font line height. Set this line height and I'll set 0.75. Okay, and because of this, I need to build it. So I'll say yarn dev. That'll rebuild with that utility in there. Okay, now let's take this class and stick it in that heading specifically. Like there is fine. So that's actually a little bit better. Sort of. Sort of. The alignment's still a bit weird. I mean, maybe now we don't need this weird stuff. Although, yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. Because we have a lot of height here, right? We actually have a lot of height here. We should say justify center, align center. Right, that's not actually where we need those styles. That's where we need them. Except that's not working. Urgh. Why though? Why is that not working? We want the container. The container must be the full height of its parent. So that container must be the full height, which it's not doing. Height auto. Height full. Wait a second. This is the container. No. This is the container, and this has height auto on it. So that we need height full on. Which is pretty weird, because it's now messed up this profile stuff that I had. Wow, my text editing skills are not great. Let's also go back to like a wider screen size. Why can't I make that wider? Let's go back to a wider screen size and just inspect this stuff quickly. So we've got the nav. That container, which is the full height that it's supposed to be. Okay. Then we have this, which has items end. So h full, where is this thing? H full items center. That looks a bit better. So that's the nav. That's the container with h full. That has h full and item center again. I'm not sure. Oh, I did flex here because that had container on it. That's why I did that. And then we get to this, which is the left-hand side. And I should actually have this as not flex 1, but flex grow. And this right-hand side, not as flex 1, but flex shrink. And white space, no wrap, which might actually just be no wrap, if I remember correctly. So that's the left-hand side. Let me just collapse this quickly. That's the left-hand side, that's the right-hand side. So now we wouldn't even get wrapping at medium, I don't think, given our new icons. That's fine, I'm not really concerned about that. What I do want to do is work out how to get that heading a little bit higher. That heading actually needs to move up. And what I'd say with this is that the page includes, it's not in there, is it? It's up here somewhere. This is it here. So this, I would say, we need to work out some kind of margin top that puts that at a good height. So what does that look like? That's extra large, that's large, that's medium, that's small, that's extra small. And I would say for extra small, for this text, I would not have it that small. Small, extra small. The size that I'm interested in here is 320, and that text is wrapping on the right-hand side there. So I would even maybe hide the username on extra small. Even hide the username on extra small. Because this is the width I care about, right? This must look good. 320. And the footer looks okay. The footer can still look a bit better. I'm not really happy with the content of the footer as much. But we get a little bit bigger. Bink, and there's the name. I almost want like a breakpoint in between there, but anyway, there's the name. Goes a little bit bigger, and it has the profile name, and it has the menu items. This is looking really cool at 320 width, which is what I wanted. That's great. Now, topics. Let me actually see what's in here and commit everything except for that topics page. So add that and that and that and that, and then commit them. Improve responsive styles of menu for XS and SM. Cool. And so now what we have left is the My Topics heading. So I can close all of those things. I can go back to this index page. And we're actually about halfway through this session. A little bit. I mean, we've been going for about 45 minutes. So we have our heading now, which looks like this. And I'm not entirely happy with the amount of space that's here. Also, you know what we didn't do? Was look at where this gets displayed. Let's collapse these things quickly. So that's where that gets displayed. And it's kind of like that text displays, yeah, that drop-down menu, those styles just need to be improved a little bit. If we go back to page and we go back to this drop-down menu that's here, I actually want to do flex, items, center, justify, start. If you want to do that, because that makes this alignment a little bit better. Actually, don't care about that. It's just these that I want to sort out. That displays down there, and that's okay. Like, this styling is actually really cool. That styling is really cool. It's just this. I want to maybe put like a horizontal rule or something on this menu. Just that it's a little bit clearer what's going on here. Maybe we'll have something like border B2, border gray lightest. I'm not sure if these are the correct class names for this. So that does actually work. And then padding bottom 3. No, less than that, like 2. I'm also not sure why this is displaying like that, margin bottom 2. I'm not sure why this nav, oh, it's because of the height. It's because the height has been set. So height and margin bottom is what's doing that. If we take the height off, let's just take the height of this nav off completely. So where would that be again? Navigation landing, it's not that one. It's this one. If we take the height off, let's just set that to height auto. There's a very specific reason why we have that height on there, actually. We'll do it like that, and then we do hover padding Y by 8. Else we just do padding Y by 8. 6 maybe. And maybe let's also do some padding top on this. So padding bottom, padding top 4. Okay, just so that we increase the space between these things and it's a little bit clearer what's going on here. When we scale this up, it doesn't have that. When we go to the profile, we need a lot more padding on that. So let's actually just keep padding like that. That's not good. That's not good. Also, what's weird is that I have transform on these things and it is not transforming this. There it transforms the height. Maybe let's take this padding off. What does this look like when we go down here? Yeah, that doesn't really help us, does it? I kind of need a better solution for this profile navigation. I kind of need a better solution for it. I don't really know what to do. We take all of this stuff off and rethink the profile navigation a bit. It already has that text ray darkness right in line in the next line. So that's part of the default style. And these links in here all need to be changed as well. Default style, default style, default style, default style. So at 320, the horizontal width that I care about, these links look okay. Can do the submit topic page, settings, topics, profile. At larger screen sizes, this profile looks different again. Yeah, I'm not really sure about it, hey? Because now this footer looks a little bit weird as well. However, I don't have to worry about the topic, the profile pages drop-down menu not working anymore. I do want to have a little bit of space between the menu button and the main logo. Not that much space though. So there. I also don't know about a crazy amount of space underneath. I'd rather have something like maybe we just need to have this border that's on this thing. Maybe we just need to have this up here. So that's on the whole thing. When you go to profile and you're on a small screen, you expand that. It displays it like that. I think that's cool. And then I don't need to do such a crazy margin bottom. Margin bottom 8, margin bottom 2. And I don't need to do that amount of PY. I can actually just do PY4 over there. So let's group all of these together. PX6, PY4. That's what the nav looks like. Why is there so much space here? Oh, because that heading is so huge. Okay, let's go to profile quickly and change that. So this heading should actually change to that and not have this one over here. So MY4 and MY6. Oh, that doesn't do a very good job at the bottom though. On small, it doesn't do a very good job at the bottom. Extra small. So that's what it looks like on small. Which is cool. I like that. I like that. I'm a little concerned about the vertical alignment here. That seems okay. Seems okay. But now I have a thing where I've performed some changes to this. Also, when I get to these things, I'm like all over the place. I'm so sorry. It's quite a distraction. When I want to have a bit more margin here, margin top 2. There, I think that's cool. I think that's cool. I woke the baby. Okay, so let's also take this profile heading and copy it over to, where was our topics index? Copy it over to this. There we go. Why is that so bold? I think that's okay. I think it's okay that it's so bold. And what am I doing on the profile when it comes to margin? I have this. I actually have a containing div on this. So topics index. This is still the old Bootstrap stuff. Still the old Bootstrap stuff. I have that container on the outside. All I need is this, and the bottom 3 divs can get lost. No, bottom 2 divs can get lost. There we go. So we have some margin there, and it's still aligned on bigger screens. Borrow my topic is now a little bit offset. Do you notice that? SMP2, what is going on with that? What is going on with that? P1, P2. Padding? Is that padding? Does that need to be vertical and not horizontal? Let's also look here because we've got this px2 and px0. I actually like that more for this padding. MD px0, xs px2, drop this, drop that. So now that's really nicely aligned. Okay, I like that. Now, unfortunately, we've done a bunch of changes to these things that aren't just included in the topics index. So we need to git add that, and that, and that, and commit them. And I'm just going to use a temporary commit because I'm going to fix this into the previous commit. So now we should just have this left, which changes the layout of that a little bit. And I have a mail. I can't actually check it right now. So what do we have left? This is the page that we're working in. We have the link to submit a new topic, and we have some ordered list items to do that as well. How do I want to style this thing? I don't like that the submit topic is so closely linked to this list of things. It is adding a new one of these, but I kind of feel like we should try and inline it with this add topics thing. Maybe we have these in a div, and this div has flex and flex grow and align center to vertically align them and justify start. Oh, justify start, and then these display flex inline. And I need to use the link directive here, so I'll do that quickly. And this is that route, and create a topic, and has some styles with it as well, which should be flex inline. So let's try something like that. I think this flex start also flex grow, flex row. So maybe this should be start and this should be center. I never remember the orientation of them. No. So justify start is right. We do want that to be over there. Align end. I mean, it's definitely because the heading has such huge margin and such weird font size. That was the other thing. Let's get that plugin. Oh, Caston. That's weird. I misspelled that. So I'm going to have to fix it in the navigation. Okay. So that has should have the, oh, that's right. I need to rebuild. Because I renamed the utility that I added. Okay, that's a bit better. Where is that line height set? Over here, which is line height 75. And this one has a custom. Do I need to put this up here? So it is setting the line height there, but this margin is what is doing this in. It's actually almost like I need to take the margin off of here. And put it in here. Okay, so that's a little bit better, but now I have this thing, which also probably needs some negative, let's see, minus margin top to, okay, so that alignment is a little bit better, but now this link is not helping. Because we have a line, it's a flex row, we are aligning item center, we're justifying them start. So that's why it's, oh, this irritates me that this thing has gone away. We are aligning them to the left, that's the justify start. Where is this class? Oh, it's not a line center, it's items center, that's it. Because it's a line items center. We need to have a little bit of margin on here. So ML4, no, 2 maybe. There you go. And I think actually maybe items end will look a bit better. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Maybe we can have something similar up with this navigation. We've got padding Y, which is weird. It's almost like we could align these things bottom. Again, I'm messing with this stupid page stuff. But it's almost like we could align these things bottom. It's like we want to have this padding here. So if we want to have this padding here, and then align these things, items end. So end. It's aligning those things end. 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 It hasn't really aligned those things end, has it? It's because we've got a lot of padding on them. This is actually doing my head in. This is doing my head in. We have padding here. Let's put this padding here as well. It's doing my head in working with Tailwind, to be honest. Items end, justify end. We can drop this padding. We can drop this padding. We can even drop this padding because we have it on the whole stupid thing, right? And then we just do a little bit of margin left on here. ML2, again, to mirror this and to mirror this. It's like we need this padding over here, which we have. Here we go. Okay. But this heading is not cooperating anymore. Like we need that pulled up. And we need these things not items center. We need them items end. So that's cool, but this is still not working. Margin top -2. Okay, let me just deal with these links quickly, because these links are pissing me off now. So create, this has somehow gotten extra special padding. All that needs is margin left 2 on all of these things. I know why that padding was there. It was to put space between the links. That's fine. I've got a syntax error here somewhere now. Where is it saying the syntax error is? Oh, it's irritating. Base. Right at the top. Now, we should just need to move this up. Minus margin top 2. Why will that not move it up? Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong page. It's this thing that needs the minus margin top. But that's moved the whole thing. Okay. So this thing should actually, these links, these logout links, shouldn't actually items end. This entire thing should items end. There we go. So that looks a little bit better. I still don't think this should items end. See, now I've like coded myself into, there we go. That looks really good. That alignment looks really good. This is extra large, large, medium, small. This could use more margin top. Extra small. That could use more margin top. So let's go down here to where these things margin top 2 and just make a margin top 4. There you go. That is more margin top. That is more margin top. That looks fantastic. Again, we have modified these things and not just the topics page. So we need to do another partial commit, add them, commit them. We'll fix that up so we don't need to give it a descriptive message for now. And let's go back to our topics page again. Just make sure this alignment, yeah, it looks really good. I like that. I really like how that's looking now. Again, I've still got the mail, I can't check. Okay, we need to make a table. We need to make a table. I feel like this custom font height needs to be on here, and perhaps we need to mimic how we're doing the alignment elsewhere. So we'll do items. I mean, that doesn't do exactly what I want. I do want it on items end. However, this text has padding. Are we going to do that again, are we? It doesn't actually do what I want it to do. What do we have under vertical alignment here? Like, will this text actually be impacted if I do align top? No. It is very much a line height thing. Which fonts would just stick to their line height? Okay, it's not actually the end of the world. It's not actually the end of the world. This looks good over here. It looks good on the profile. So let's forget about that for now before I go absolutely nuts. Let's do an if check here. If topics count is greater than 0. Then we'll do our table. Else we'll just do a paragraph of text saying that there aren't any topics. You haven't created any topics yet. Okay. So if I log out of here and then just get the details for Jeff's account quickly. Just want to log in as Jeff quickly. And then go to topics. I should see you haven't created any topics yet, and I think that's okay. So let me log in with me again. The text looks fine, but I want to make a table here, because I think a table is going to render this a bit better. And I'll do a table header and t head row. So I'll just do a couple of these because we only have 2 fields to show here. Well, we only have 2 fields to show you, which is name and I guess we could do 3 in here. Related. Name, related, and actions. Okay. I also don't like, I mean, I'll have to probably restyle these, to be honest, so I'll probably make them multi-line again, but it's a bit of wasted space to just have a single word there. Let's call this relations. It'll be a little bit better. And then in the t body, oh, that's not t body. Also, I probably need a t row and a table row here. It's been a long time since I've worked with tables, as is probably very obvious. And then a t foot, which has the table row and a td with cell span 3, col span 3. And this can get the links in it. And then each of these can have 3 table cells. The name can go in the first one, and I actually want to keep this link in there. And then the relations can go in here. And the actions can go in here. Probably also want to have another edit link in case it's not abundantly clear that that's what this is. And we can probably replace these with icons as well. So I can get rid of this now, and I can just indent this one more, so it's a little bit cleaner. Okay. Now I have to style this beast. Just a bit of a stretch. So we can make this full width. We can make this, let's make this 3/4. It's not going to be entirely accurate because I am going to actually have 2 table headings that are 1/4, but I'm also going to make them no wrap. And so I kind of have to duplicate the style in here. Duplicate the style in here. I don't have to. I don't have to necessarily, but I think it is good to telegraph the intentions. This no wrap is not working like I want it to though. White space and wrapping. White space, no wrap. White space, no wrap. Okay, that's cool. Text left, text left, text left. That's cool. These can actually be on the same line. Following the conventions we've done elsewhere. So So text left, font normal. There you go. Probably uppercase and increased width and slightly smaller font size, like text SM. Better leading as well. Letter spacing is what I mean. Tracking. That's the word I was looking for. And I'm actually not sure if I want to do away with this. I might change this back to bold. And then just make the text gray lighter, if I could spell. No, sorry. Not even that. Well, let me just go through all the colors then. However, I will do padding on them as well. So that should be a little bit better. This is not going to look good at 320. It's got to be said. Unless I use icons for links and presentations and edit and delete. Which I will probably do. I'll probably do that as well. Okay, something I need to address later. Link, this will be the regular one. But I'm in solid at the moment. Regular, link. What was that one actually? Oh, that is the regular one. Okay. So links is where this goes. I can probably look at using like integrating the SVGs slightly differently as time goes by, but for now this is kind of the way that I want to do it, just because I want to get this stuff out. And at the moment I'm wasting a lot of time doing design, which I don't necessarily have for this. Class full color, full current. And this is not a styled thing. Oh, of course, link. The route is this, and I can make this route a little bit simpler. The text is this beautiful thing. And I don't need any additional styling. So that'll go to links. I probably want to set a title on this. That's the other thing, is that I don't have a way to set a title on this. I can do like array for no custom styles, and then I can say title links. But that's horrible. That's horrible. I don't want to do that right now. I will have to come back and address that later, but I don't want to do that right now. So link. This is the route, which I can again make a little bit simpler because I don't need to wrap it if it's the first and the only one. I don't know what I'm going to put in there at the moment. I've got to find something that's like a person, I guess. Present. No, not present. presenter, speaker, speak, conference you're not going to have anything for, people, screen, meeting, call. What signifies presentations? People, sure, but presentations can also be written things as well. Maybe like a calendar event? Like calendar check? Calendar alt. Calendar alt I'm going to go with for now. This is our famous 14 by 16 width and height. And we need our full current. Now that's cool, but we have a space in here. And the space is not cool. For a start, we need to have margin left 2 to bring it in line with the other styling that we've got. We probably also need to do something like this, I'm guessing, just to get rid of that extra space. Yeah. It also seems to me that we can do text center on these. Yeah. I actually only want to drop this stuff. So 320 is like the smallest we want there. We actually have to have edit and delete. Edit. Wow. What class is shouting from outside? Let's use a link directive here. Link. This is the route. We can make simple as well. And we can just put the stuff in here. So that goes on the next line. That goes on the next line. This is a slightly weird width and height. So height's going to be 16. Width is going to be 576 over 512. That times 16, 18. It's probably only going to work on those units of measurement, really. Like 2 above or 2 below. Probably. Error. Is it still going to error? No. So there's the edit icon, which looks great. And then delete, which I'll just use trash for, but I like the solid one more. Although trash alt isn't bad. Maybe I'll use trash alt. And so this is that special link again. So we're going to have to do some interesting things. It's just that as an href. The SVG stuff we'll do just now. We'll pass null because we don't want to do any extra special styling. Do we? No, we do. This will be ML2. And then the extra attribute is this nonsense here. This nonsense here. Which isn't exactly going to work because I have to do that to escape those quotes, and I have to do that to escape those quotes, and then I have to break out the normal quotes and do this mess here to get the topic ID in there. So all in all, actually quite a messy thing to do. Let's just put some text in here quickly to see how badly it breaks. Delete. What does this look like? It has class, and it has double quotes, and it has "are you sure" correctly escaped, and it has the ID there correctly escaped. So I think that'll actually work. Trash alt. Let's put that in there. And this is 14 by 16, and we want the current full. So width 14, height 16. Like that. There we go. So now we can do monads, are you sure, delete. And monads is gone. And these things are all nicely styled. We do need a link directive for this topic name. Link. I actually like doing this work. It's quite cathartic. It's quite cathartic. Topic name. And we don't need any custom styles for that. Also, this is weird. Oh, we need to do our padding. That's the problem. That's what's missing. So we'll do padding there, padding there, padding there. We've got an extra space here and an extra space here. I mean, it's not great, to be honest. It's not great. That's a, well, maybe it looks a little bit better. What does it look like on 320? Well, I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. It's not a fantastic, let's say it's not a fantastic experience on mobile. It's actually almost like we need to do not padding 2, but padding Y2. And this border that we have, where are we doing the border? It's on page itself up here. This border on the bottom of this row. Which it's not doing. Do we have to put it on each of these cells? I hope that's not the case. We do. It's awful. Okay. I don't think that's the worst styling. Look, I'm not super great with styling, in case you haven't already noticed. But I think this is neat, and that's what I'm going for. I'm really going for the neatness of it. I think also that we can do better with this text size. If we do XS text XS and SM text XS and ND text SM, if we do that, right? That border stuff shouldn't be there. Should be there. Let's actually tidy this up a little bit so that we have the text stuff on one line. Let's do that. I think that's going to be better. Just that's a little bit clearer what the styling is that we've got here. So it's extra small text until we go up onto medium. And at 320, it looks like that. I mean, there's an improvement we could make where on small, this table is hidden. It just shows the text as one line and the actions all underneath and then extra space between them. We could do that as sort of like an optimization later down the line. But I think this actually looks really great, I think, for this topics page now. So what I will do is commit this. Style topics list view. What I'll do is I'll commit this for now. And I will push it up to the repo. Because, and I'll show you what I'll do. I'll make it a work in progress pull request. Hello. There we go. And let me take some screenshots. Let's see, 320. Okay, so let's dump these screenshots up there just so that people can have a look what this looks like. Okay. It's a fair bit of code going on here. Okay, all of those are uploaded. Cool. Okay, and then I just want to rebase this quickly. iMaster, because I want to fix these menu improvements up that we did in separate pull requests. So we rebase iMaster, we change those, we mention that we want to fix those up, and then it squashes those two work in progress commits into one commit, which is this one here. Okay, so this just shows a few different sizes. Maybe let's say large, medium, small, collapsed menu, small, expanded menu, and then this last one, which is extra small, expanded menu. So I'm gonna maybe put some horizontal rules in here as well, just to make it a little bit obvious what things are. I wonder why it has change the style of these things. Now I'm really wasting time. But anyway. I just want it to be very obvious what these things are. So like that, and a space, space. There we go. That should make it very clear now. Large, medium, small collapsed menu, small expanded menu. Extra small expanded menu. I think that looks okay. I've got a little bit of a shadow here from this menu, but anyway, I don't think it's the end of the world. It is as a work in progress. I have committed everything. I think that's where I'm going to call this video now then. So if you've watched this, great. If you have questions, leave them as comments down below. And I'm going to take a break, and then I'll come back and I'll record some more work on this just now. Probably rolling out this style to the other list views and making some slight improvements therein. But for now, this is all. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.